I took the opportunity earlier to have a quick go at developing an AI tool that has been on my list of project ideas for a while now, which is a simple LLM powered meeting and interview assistant. The idea is fairly simple here. We make use of the built in Windows speech recognition and a simple interface to pass things you say to an LLM to then research it. I initially came up with a design for this that was quite simple in concept and had a few basic requirements. So it's built using HTML, PHP, and jQuery. It accepts spoken or typed input in a text area, uses the local or cloud-based LLM model, and then generates a response. We have a on-off toggle so that we can turn it on and off if perhaps we don't want it to explain something whilst we're talking. It uses Bootstrap 5 to give it minimal, clean, responsive design, and it's asynchronous. So it will listen for what you say for about a sentence, and when you pause, it then sends that to the LLM and generates the response. Now, the idea here was that this could be used to provide context around subjects that you are talking about in a meeting. As a further development to it, I then added another conversation history panel to review previous responses. So let's have a quick demonstration, shall we? If we enable our speech recognition. Today we are talking about how to install an Ubuntu distribution onto your laptop. There you go. You can see almost immediately it's come back with context surrounding that from the LLM with a guide on how to do this. Now, the conversation history was a second development that I added into this, and it is linked to a local copy of Perplexity called Perplexica running via Docker. This means that any previous response that was generated, you can ask the LLM to do deep research on as well. You can also carry on talking whilst it's doing that. So next, I wanted to show how it will pick up on things said in a more kind of casual manner. Today in our meeting, we are going to be talking about how to use JSON to send a request to a local LLM model via an API, such as the OpenAI. JSON can be sent either as a HTTP GET or POST request. And JSON is a structured way of sending data. When you send a request via an API to a local language model, you will then receive a response from it. you get the idea here. That all you would need to do during your meeting is to enable it and say whatever it is that you would like it to describe, and it describes it. And indeed, if you leave it on, it will pick up on various aspects of what you say and delve deeper into them, giving you also the option to carry out deep research on a subject. So, for example, in an interview, you could simply repeat the question that was asked you. What is PHP Laravel and how is it used, do you say? My answer would be that PHP Laravel is a popular open source PHP framework that follows the Model View Controller architectural pattern. What is the ORM and how does it work? Well now, too quick on that one. What is the ORM and how does it work? Well now, let me think. The ORM is the object relationship model. That didn't work quite as well as I hoped. I'll try again. What is the ORM and how does it work? Well now, let me think. ORM stands for Object Relational Mapping. It's a programming technique that allows developers to interact with databases instead of using SQL queries. Ah, you want to know what is middleware and how does it work? Well, in my opinion, middleware plays a crucial role in software systems by providing services for communication between software components or modules. Again, you get the idea of how that could be used to advantage. And then, of course, whilst you are replying, you can dig deeper. These responses are locally cached as well, and will be present again, which has led me to an idea for further development, which ties in with another project idea I had, where you could take notes and the system would interact with the note as you write it, expanding on things and creating a document simply as you talk around a subject. And indeed, these previous responses can be copied out into notes as well. Um, that particular project is perhaps something for another time. There's quite a bit of development still to do here. I think perhaps when you enable the send, it should clear the text area just from my use of it. And it would be nice to see this in markup and a bit tidier than this chunk of text. But the basics are there. And even just talking during a meeting, it is going to generate a document of context around subjects that you've been talking about. Quite an interesting and fun little project to support you on any subject that you need during a meeting, really. The nice thing about this particular HTML-based setup is that these are just separate windows. And they could be moved around your meeting screen, say Teams or whatever, as needed, perhaps thrown onto a separate monitor, and just positioned, sort of where best placed for you to work with them. I think that this could also be further extended as well in many different ways. I'm fairly sure, for example, we could hook it up to a local copy of Comfy UI running on another machine and have it generate images and things as well in relation to what you talk about. The possibilities are endless, really.